Hey Tater, so I have another story for you. So once upon a time, when I was a little boy, I had this crazy silly dog named Barney. And Barney was always going on all my adventures. So I was outside playing at my house, and I'm gonna go to my grandma's house, which is just down the path, down a little path in the woods. Now I had heard that grandma was making hot dogs for lunch, and I love hot dogs. And so I ran down that path and went to my grandma's house, and sure enough, she had hot dogs and french fries and a big old yummy shake for lunch. Of course, grandma remembered Barney, and she made him a special Barney hot dog and a special Barney shake and a special Barney french fries. My grandma had a very big secret. When she made Barney french fries, she made them out of cheese. So we got really full on that lunch that my grandma made. And our bellies were so full, we're like, we should go on a walk on the outside, because walks on the outside after you have a big full belly feels super good. And so Barney goes, "Rrr," like he wanted to go too. So when you walked in on my grandma's house, there was two paths. There's one to the left and one to the right. And I couldn't figure out which one I wanted to go. I wanted to go left or right. Left was where the pond was, and right was in the forest. So I looked at Barney and I go, which way should we go, boy? He went, "Rrr," and he put his paw over to the right, which was the forest. So away we went, walking down that path in the forest. It was dark, wind was blowing, and it was kind of getting kind of crazy. So I started hearing some weird sounds, like a whoo, whoo, whoo. I was like, what the heck is that? I did not know. I looked up in this tree and I saw these yellow eyes. I'm like, what the heck? Whoo, whoo. I'm like, whoa, what the heck's that all about? And then I recognized it was Mr. Whootie the owl, of course, our friend. So I'm like, what's going on, buddy? Talking to the old crazy Whootie the owl. He's like, oh, what's going on, Tate? What are you doing? Like, I was hanging out, going on a walk. We had a big meal and our bellies feel better now. So I'm like, hey, Whootie, what are you doing? Oh, I'm just having some breakfast for lunch. I'm like, breakfast for lunch? What are you eating? I'm having some Cheerios. My mama gave me some Cheerios. I'm like, oh, I know someone else who likes Cheerios a lot. So Barney and I then kept walking down the path, said goodbye to Whootie, and we're just gonna go down the path and see what's going on in the forest. You never know. So picture this. It's getting even darker and the wind's blowing, and I look up in the sky. Now I'm seeing the stars in the sky, and I'm like, ooh, holy moly. Have we gone too far in the forest? So I'm walking down that path, and like I said, it was super dark. And Barney's with me, and I hear this rustling in the bushes, kind of on my side. And I'm like, that sounds like something very large. I hear this, I'm like, what is going on? I'm looking all around, and I heard some more rustling. And it's really dark, and the wind's blowing through the trees and making all these spooky sounds. And I looked up through the side of my eye in the bushes, and I see these big, giant eyeballs that are glowing. And then, of course, Barney's like, oh, because Barney was scared. So I looked up again and saw these giant teeth and his big, hairy nose. I'm like, what in the heck is that? I'm like, holy no, what the heck? And it jumped out. It was this gigantic, huge bear. I'm like, wait a minute, I know that bear. That's Billy the bear. He's like, oh, Tate, what are you doing? I was like, I was just cruising around on this nice little trail and taking my dog, and we're trying to figure out how to get back home. So he's like, oh, I'll help you get back home. No problem, Tate, I know the way. And so I followed him, and we're cruising down that path. And it's kind of like a different one. We've never been down this path. It's, of course, the Billy the Bear's path, so it's a special path, right? And we're going down, there's rocks and stuff. You got to climb over the rocks and stuff. And Barney's like, because, Barney's tired. And way off in the distance, like way over there, I see this light. And I go, hey, Billy, the bear, where's that light? He's like, oh, Tate, that's your house. I'm like, what? I've never been this way before. This is the backside and around. He's like, yeah, this is a new trail. We'll go on it. And sometimes on the trail, I see Hoppy the bunny too. And we can say hi to Hoppy the bunny. I said, oh, okay, that's cool. So we're going on the trail, and it has switchbacks. So you have to go back and forth and back and forth. And I get to this one little area, and I see this little dirt mound, a little dirt house on it. And I'm like, what the heck is that? And this little furry bunny tail backs out and goes, and starts jumping. I'm like, oh, that's Hoppy the bunny. What the heck? I'm like, hi, Hoppy. It's like, oh, hi, Tate. What's going on? I'm like, I'm just trying to get back home. I didn't know you lived up here. So, oh, yeah, I moved over here. Your house is right over there. And I looked up, and there is my house. But it's the back door of the house. I'd never been there before, right? So I said, okay, I'll see you later. And so Barry and me and Barney walked up the trail to the back door and went and saw my mama and my papa were inside, right? And I'm like, maybe Barry and Barney are hungry. And so I went to my mom and I said, hey, Mama, do you have any peanut butter and jelly sandwiches? Because we love peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. And so she made some for us, and I gave one to, of course, Billy the bear, and Barney, and I got one too. And we had a great night. All right, that's it. Okay, buddy, I'll have another one for you in a couple weeks. I love you. Bye-bye.